Modern employment became emotionally confusing because companies still talk like it's 1987. Work hard, be loyal, we're family, family. A corporation will escort you out the building with a security guard named Trevor holding a manila envelope like he delivering ancient prophecy. That ain't family. That's organized paperwork. Modern civilization quietly changed the employment contract without announcing it publicly. Past. People believed jobs meant stability. You worked somewhere 20 years. Management knew your children. People respected experience. You retired slowly. Your knees sounded like microwave popcorn, but at least the suffering had structure. A man used to work at one factory his whole life and buy a house, a truck raise. Kids go fishing on weekends and still have enough emotional stability left to yell at the television during football season. Now, you need 3 income streams, a side hustle, a backup certification, LinkedIn optimization, AI awareness, network positioning, and emotional meditation techniques just to answer emails without shaking internally. That's civilization now. Modern employment shifted from long-term stability to conditional replaceability. That's the signal. Workers still psychologically operating like, if I work hard enough, eventually the system becomes fair. Meanwhile, corporations operating like, can AI replace 31% of this department before next quarter? That's not the same conversation. And the system getting stranger because companies still use emotional language for systems becoming increasingly mechanical. We care about people. No, you care about quarterly efficiency. Let's stop pretending. Modern corporations learned how to speak therapy language while practicing spreadsheet survival logic. That's the scary part. We value employee wellness. Brother, you fired Brenda through Zoom while she still had soup in the microwave. Now the break rooms smell like betrayal and tomato basil. That's modern civilization. And everybody know the emotional pressure real, especially minorities. Because many workers already understand employment does not always feel like a neutral system. 2 employees can make the exact same mistake. One gets, let's use this as a learning opportunity. The other gets, we've decided to move in another direction. That sentence right there, that's corporate sniper language. Nobody talks normal anymore. Everything sounds like legal poetry written by nervous robots. Optimization, restructuring, alignment, performance concern, culture fit. Culture fit, one of the funniest phrases civilization ever invented. Because sometimes culture fit just means you making upper management uncomfortable by existing too loudly. That's all that means. Modern employment got psychologically weird. People now spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for decades inside systems where they are simultaneously needed, replaceable, tracked, evaluated, scored, filtered, watched, measured, and politically navigated. And workers expected to smile through all of it like this emotionally normal. Every email sound threatening now. Per my previous email, that's not communication anymore. That's emotional warfare. And technology made it crazier. Now productivity tracked by software metrics, surveillance systems, AI analysis, customer reviews, internal narratives, calendar participation, Slack response, speed keyboard movement badge scans. Civilization created a world where taking 11 minutes to answer Karen from accounting becomes workflow concern. Meanwhile, the CEO on his 3rd yacht talking about, we need stronger accountability culture. Brother, you floating near Monaco eating shrimp under string lights. Why warehouse workers getting discipline lectures from a man moisturized by Mediterranean air? And for many minorities, the emotional tension heavier because employment can feel connected to systemic racism, class perception, appearance bias, accent bias, cultural bias, office alliances, social network access, invisible favoritism. People know this already. They just don't say it loudly because survival attached to employment. That's the trap. Modern civilization attached survival directly to jobs. Your rent connected to your job. Your healthcare connected to your job. Your insurance connected to your job. Your routine connected to your job. Your emotional stability connected to your job. So losing employment no longer feels like career transition. It feels like civilian destabilization. That's why panic's stronger now. One meeting can trigger income loss, housing fear, insurance loss, identity collapse, routine collapse, mental stress, all from one sentence. Can you hop on a quick call? Nobody trusts quick call anymore. That phrase ruined civilization. Ain't nobody in human history ever got promoted from quick call. That phrase got same emotional energy as we need to talk. Modern civilization accidentally turned notifications into anxiety attacks. Your phone vibrated at 8:12 p.m. and suddenly your whole nervous system conducting internal investigations. And corporations mastered the art of psychological ambiguity. They never tell workers, you are unsafe here. No, the system slowly communicates it indirectly. Meetings stop including you. Emails change tone. Managers become robotic. Suddenly everybody's saying, just circling back, circling back. Why every corporate sentence sound like somebody preparing a small emotional assassination? And workers begin over-analyzing everything. What did he mean by interesting point? Interesting point means your idea entering the HR Hunger Games. That's civilization now. And this where the emotional exhaustion starts building. Because modern workers no longer only doing labor. They also managing perception. You managing tone, facial expression, email wording, meeting energy, social alliances, body language, political interpretation, and invisible office narratives. That's 2 jobs. People got full-time employment plus full-time emotional navigation, especially workers already navigating bias. Because the pressure different when you feel you represent more than yourself. Now every interaction feel heavier. Too confident. Problem. Too quiet. Problem. Too direct, problem. Too emotional, problem. Too ambitious, threatening. Not ambitious enough, not leadership material. Civilization created workplaces where people expected to perform perfect emotional geometry under fluorescent lighting while eating vending machine almonds. And then management confused why burnout exploding. Burnout exploding because humans, not machines. But modern systems increasingly designed like machines evaluating other machines. And this important. Gaimed, not promising, you will never get fired again. That's fantasy. Modern systems too unstable for fake guarantees. A company can still restructure, downsize, automate, replace politic favor, or remove entire departments because shareholders wanted prettier charts during earnings season. That's modern civilization. The goal, not fantasy protection. The goal, awareness, positioning, preparation, and leverage. Gaimed helps people understand what they actually worth. Not emotionally, operationally, what skills they truly have, what problems they solve, what systems they understand, what environments fit them best, what environments quietly destroy them psychologically. Because sometimes people blaming themselves for surviving inside systems already unstable, biased, political, or exploitative from the beginning. That realization changes everything, especially for workers who spent years believing, if I just work harder, eventually the system will treat me fairly. Meanwhile, the system itself operating around replaceability, liability reduction, office politics, network positioning, image management, and invisible favoritism the whole time. Gaimed shifts the mindset from, how do I beg institutions to value me, to, how do I position myself intelligently inside changing systems? That's different. Because once people understand their actual value, they stop emotionally collapsing every time institutions shift. They start preparing. They build options. They build leverage. They build backup systems. They think ahead. They stop seeing themselves as just employees and start seeing themselves more like operators navigating unstable systems. That psychological shift matters because modern civilization quietly trained people to attach their entire identity to institutional approval. And that becomes dangerous when institutions themselves unstable. That's why side hustles exploded. That's why creator economy exploded. That's why everybody's selling courses, ebooks, candles, consulting teas, digital downloads, gardening kits, or homemade soap online at 1:13 in the morning. People building escape routes. Quietly. Because deep down, modern workers realizing something changed. The old promise weakening. Stability became conditional. Loyalty became temporary, and replaceability became normalized. But civilization's still pretending nothing changed. That's the funniest part. Confusion, clarity, control. If this signal opened your eyes, click the link in the description and purchase the full Gaimed control system. The product is step-by-step, easy to follow, built for normal people, and designed to help you reduce dependency, increase leverage, build backup systems, and think more like an operator instead of a disposable employee. Take control. Gain the advantage. Gaimed equals advantage.